Mr. Carl Ibanez, a professional licensed teacher, and a makeup artist, Mr. Jaime Casid Cid, a model and a blogger, Mr. Angelo Ferrer, a beauty enthusiast, one of the distributors of beauty bulk product, Miss Rose Natividad.
Hello everyone, my name is Paloma Sats Muhammad. My advocacy is all about coronavirus, safety and precautionary measures. As we face the pandemic crisis in the whole world, we are now to unite and fight this pandemic in our country. Through our cooperation and to prevent coronavirus is to wear masks, wash of hands, disinfect, and bring always alcohol with you because prevention is better than cure.
My advocacy in life to protect our mother nature. Our mother nature is crying for help. Thus, it is our duty and responsibility to protect, conserve, and preserve our environment for the future generations to come. I also want to know the value of altruism, for man has no right to exist for own sake. With that, service to the other is the only justification for this existence. Self-sacrifice is the highest moral duty, virtue and value as well. By doing small things with a great love, just like comforting to my fellow LGBT community, wherever they are depressed, by supporting those victims of bullying, and what we are facing right now, which the pandemic or what we call coronavirus. My beloved Sambuangueños, we stay safe, we stay home, and we heal as one. God bless us all. I am Bayong Yu, your third batch Praise Up
We are
finalist.
now living in technology, independent generation where everything is just click away. The advancement of technology fascinated everyone, especially us. Allow me to first introduce myself. I am Sandro Prado, an inspiring contestant and an influencer as well, advocating hashtag regenerating positivity through social media platforms. Yes, you heard it right. I am an advocate of positivity by joining these platforms. There are three things I would like to instill why I choose this advocacy. First, despite this pandemic we are facing right now, we still foster positivity and social media. We somehow forget problems and shift attentions from all the toxicities and negativities we are facing right now because we Filipinos are very creative and productive, right? That puts curves in the lips of every individual and enlighten their minds. Second, regenerating positivity by posting information that are helpful, valid, and relevant. A click right away will help us educate ourselves on the current issues we are facing right now and how to mark ourselves safe and sound. But always remember to think before we click. Third, we can guarantee the absolute fulfillment when we spread regenerate positivity here on social media. One avenue for spreading positivity is joining competition like this, wherein we can help spread good vibes. We can also be creative and productive with ourselves. We can discover some of our hidden talents and we can ourselves busy that we tend to forget some of our downcast. Let's just be mindful of everything we click. Great words come with great action. So allow me to an avenue to the advocate hashtag regenerating positivity through social media platforms. And I thank you.
Morning to each and everyone. My name is Rafa Francisco, so this is my advocacy. Human Rights works for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people's rights and with activists representing a multiplicity of identities and issues. We document and expose abuse based on sexual orientation and gender identity worldwide, including torture, killing, execution, arrest under unjust laws, unequal treatment, censorship, medical abuse, discrimination in health and jobs, and housing, thus domestic violence abuses against children and denial of family rights and recognition. We advocate for laws and policies that will protect everyone's dignity. We work for a world where all people can enjoy their rights fully. Thank you.
Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, my advocacy is our child sexually abuse and prevention. We should help and protect the children who are victims of sexually abuse and physical abuse. And we know that the children is the hope of our nation. My dear Sambongueño, amidst the pandemic situation, please help us to inform any child who is victim of sexual abuse or physical abuse, or inform it to the nearest authority or to the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children. I am Oyem Love. My safety of the child is my priority.
Our differences are what set us apart as humans, but is the cause of hatred amongst us. There are white people, black people, girls, boys, gay people, straight people, fat people, skinny people, rich people, poor people, people with different beliefs. But underneath, we are all the same. No matter who you are, your blood is red just like mine. So why should any of us be treated differently? We are world change.
Sheldon Ordis, fighting for racism and discrimination. Racism is the belief that groups of humans possess different behavioral traits corresponding to physical appearance and can be divided based on the superiority of one race over another. You may not know, but racism is quite popular not just from around the globe but also to our nation, and this, which is a sad and hurtful issue, is along with discrimination. And on the other hand, discrimination is the act of making distinction between human beings based on the groups, classes, or other categories to which they are perceived to belong. People may discriminate on the basis of age, caste, criminal record, height, disability, family status, gender identity, gender expression, generation, genetic characteristics, marital status, and nationality, color, race, and ethnicity, religion, sex, and sex characteristics, sexual orientation, social class, personality, species, as well as other categories. We must know how to end racism and fight discrimination to boost one's dignity and self-esteem. Discrimination can kill not just a big amount of confidence in someone's life, but also the worst may happen. It can result in anxiety, depression, guilt, and emptiness. And sometimes it leads to committing suicide. Each and every one of us must know that we are all unique and beautifully different from one another, and that we have our own beauty assets. We must not just learn to embrace our flaws, but also to embrace someone's indifference and everyone's own kind of perfection. We must stop racism and discrimination for our world to have a home sweet home in the aspects not just in physical, but also in mental and emotional growth.
Part of the LGBT community, and according to the United Nations law, and facing the COVID-19 pandemic situation in our society, that we homosexual should be respected and not to be discriminated by this society. Gender-based violence is my advocacy. I am Princess Karen Gonzalez, proud to be LGBT.
In the midst of pandemic situations, here in Zamboanga City, as what we call COVID-19. One of my biggest concerns is God creations, which is saving our Mother Earth. As my advocacy, I'm Natasha G. Bauzing, and I'm Woman of the Earth.
In our generation, as of today, most young pregnant women get an abortion because they are unable to raise their own children because the man does not stand up for her, and also because of shame and other circumstances reasons. As a single mother, my advocacy is to use my voice by influencing to my fellow upcoming single mother that a being single mother is twice the work, twice the stress, and twice the tears, but it also twice the hugs, twice the love, and twice the pride. Our children will learn to appreciate and value our being independent woman. Being a single mother should not be ashamed. It should be proud of your being a responsible parent. Being a single parent is not a life full of struggle, but a journey for the strong. The most important thing to remind yourself, you always have to carry on, and you can because you have to. I will be an example to my single parent woman to be resilient in any trial that comes and have a positive outlook.
Ariana Vega Bartolome, 18. My advocacy is focusing on facing mental health issues. In this pandemic, we are in a time of massive upheaval. There are so many things out of control. It's a frightening time because we are in the midst of worldwide pandemic, which is COVID-19. Because of this, many countries, cities, and barangays are in community quarantine and lockdowns. Our everyday lifestyle are the most affected, like works, playing our favorite sports, travels, we call tambay, and more. We cannot do all of this now because we have to follow the IATF health protocols to prevent the spreading of COVID-19. For many people, the uncertainty surroundings of COVID-19 is the hardest thing to handle. We don't know how exactly we'll be impacted or how bad things might get, and that makes all too easy to catastrophize and spiral out into overwhelming dread and panic. Because of COVID-19, most of us experience anxiety, stress, overthinkings, and depression. In this time of pandemic, we are all scared of what might happen next. Scared of how the pandemic will last. Sometimes, we are tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strength. All we have to do is to stay positive, stay healthy, and stay updated about the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though we have a lot of challenges during this pandemic, we have always looked at the brighter side of life, pray, stay healthy, and do good for humanity. Let your smile change the world, and don't let the world change your smile. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is RDJ Estrada, and my advocacy is to advocate stop spreading fake news. As a young Filipino citizen, news or the public information is very important to us because it gives us knowledge on what is happening in our society, not just only in our society but the whole world. Because during this pandemic, we know that there is a lot of country get infected, especially this because of this coronavirus diseases. I want to share this that stop spreading fake news because it will mislead to us. It will destruct our lives. It will destruct our minds because spreading fake news can destroy us, not just only one life but everyone's life. I want you to put in your mind that spreading good news can help us to be able to get an information and knowledge so that we can get that we can give that information to the young generation to spread the good news, to spread that good news is always happening around us. So always remember that spreading fake news can destroy you, not just only you, but your family, and the people around you. And put always in your mind that think before you.
As a former teacher, I realized that education is very important to the lives of every young ones. And free education in our country is a big help to every individual who are willing to pursue what they wanted to be. And it's amazing that being part of the journey of students will boost myself in motivating, inspiring, and encouraging them to be who they wanted to be. It's not about the subject that I teach. It's not about the high or low grades that I can give. It's not about comments or projects that make them succeed. But it's all about their inspiration and joining them in every little by little steps to be successful. It's a heartwarming experience that from an unknown individuals will end up having a huge space in each heart. Motivate, inspire, encourage is more than what an education is all about.
Karen De La Puente, 23. My advocacy in life is about mental health issues. Some people are suffering from mental health issues, causing people to commit suicide. I am also a victim of mental health issue through depression, but I overcome it by simply loving myself, seeing help through my family and friends. With that, I realized that being depressed and committing suicide is not a solution at all and won't help my situation. Thank you.
Hello, good day to all. My name is Jace Wade. Love yourself. In my 34 years of existence on this world, I have learned a lot, especially love yourself or love yourself. Let's all take one more step. We have learned to love yourselves, so I urge you to speak yourself no matter who you are or who you are, where you from, your gender identity, your skin color. Speak yourself, find your name, and find your voice by speaking yourself. Thank you.